Well, Matt, last time we spoke, it was after a lot of injury time against in the League Cup on Tuesday against Cambridge. It was raining out on the pitch, so we kept it fairly brief on Tuesday. But a couple of days on, reflecting on Tuesday night's League Cup game first and Carabao Cup game first, and getting through to the second round for the first time.
Yeah, well, exactly that. Firstly, pleased to get through. As I said to you, two tough away games in the previous 2 years, but our first home game in the League Cup. So to progress through in a good game, an entertaining game, and one I was pleased with. Lots of stuff from us. Disappointed with the 2 goals. They're probably the only 2 things of disappointment of the night, really. But great responses from us to come back from both of them, falling behind. Came back twice to get level, and then really good penalty shootout, and the most important thing is you progress through to the next round, and we managed to do so. So overall, a really pleasing night.
You've progressed, and you've got some players playing as well who had missed out recently. So a great night all round.
Yeah, and managed to freshen it up a bit, and got some more minutes into other players. Unbelievable I'm so pleased for Louis John to come back and be in contention in his first 45 minutes after a long road of recovery. So delighted for him to come back and feature in the game as well against his former club.
And obviously this is somewhere in advance, we won't concentrate on it too much, but what was your feeling on the draw when it came out last night away to Wycombe Wanderers?
Yeah, I'm a little bit relaxed on draws, really. I can't really control them. Obviously there's a couple of ties in there that have been lovely to pull out, but your Tottenham and Chelsea's, or your Crystal Palaces, but if you miss them, then you'd ideally want to be at home because it's such a tough place to come and play. But a local game against Wycombe, a good side, league above us again, and we'll be looking forward to the game when that comes around, and hopefully trying to progress through another round.
Now, looking forward now, coming up to the weekend, it's the long trip to Barrow on Saturday. How do you see the game going? What can we expect from Barrow?
Tough, as in, firstly, the conditions are always tough there. I don't think I've ever been up there and it hasn't been windy. So I've looked at the weather already. I think there's storms and rain coming in. I think it's nice tomorrow, but there's rain coming in on Saturday, which is always what I'm used to facing when you go to Barrow. So the conditions and the journey and the travelling alone just make it difficult, let alone the team you're playing against, which is very good. And Peter's done a really good job there. They've got some good players. They're set up really well and organised, and all in, it's going to be an extremely tough game for us. So one we're looking forward to, because we've had a good start the first couple of games, but we're under no illusions of the tough test that we're due to face on the weekend. With
these long trips, are you quite pleased that it sort of come up early in the season and getting it done now?
Yeah, because
in the summer,
I suppose it's nicer to get that journey and the longest one of the season probably out the way so early. So yeah, you'd probably rather do that now than say in a December or a January.
And now on the team front, had to make a change at half time when Steve Arnold came off, and had to be replaced by Jack Rose. What's the latest with Steve? And the other
just a slight injury there, which we'll see how he is over the coming days, and get to see a specialist on that. And it's just a little hip injury there, so we'll just see what's going on with Steve over the coming days, which is a disappointment of the night for his first start for the club. Really ashamed for having to bring him off at half time. He was due to play 90 minutes, but couldn't continue. Other than that, on the injury front, we have picked up a little niggle into one of the players. I won't be giving that away just yet, who that is, who won't feature at the weekend. But apart from that, everyone else is available. Of the squad who was available and for selection on Tuesday night, Steve Arnold and one other will be missing.
And there's a few who haven't got into the squad yet this season. Christian Gueston and Ryan Jackson, and Sam Hart have missed out. How are they coming on?
Yeah, Christian's been training, so he's back available now, which is really good news. Sam Hart not quite yet, just maybe doing some running in the next couple of days. Jacko has been training, but because he's missed a fair bit of pre-season and minutes, Saturday will be a little bit too soon for him to be involved, Jacko. But no, Jacko's not far away. Hart is doing well in his recovery, and Christian's available for selection.
So it's all good all good news, and virtually a full squad hopefully by this time next week. And I gather a possibility of another one being added before the weekend.
Yeah, just waiting for the paperwork to go through now. A loan signing who once I get that all confirmed, that'll get announced. And every attention for him to be involved in the squad on the weekend.
And after Barrow, I know concentrating on Barrow at the moment, but then 2 games next week, big games at home against Gillingham and Wimbledon. And after the start we've had at home, hoping for two big crowds and two great games there.
Yeah, 2 good games and 2 local sides, and like you say, 2 big away followings. But I'll be worrying about that on Sunday morning, Tony, and worrying about Gillingham. So for the Tuesday night, first of all, we've got a long trip and a tough game, but one we're really looking forward to, and the confidence and the spirit within the group is excellent. So no, we can't wait to meet up tomorrow and get on the road and get preparing ready for Barrow on the weekend.
And generally, the first week must have gone, let's say, beyond your expectations, but certainly right up with the way you'd hoped it would pan out, with the convincing win against Notts County and then getting through in the Carabao Cup. It couldn't really have gone a lot better, could it?
No, after 2 games, yeah, we've taken each step at a time, and Notts County was a really good performance. Pleased with so many things, and we continued that on Tuesday night. And I was really pleased with many aspects of our play. A real variety in our attacking play as well, and I was really pleased with a lot of things. So we're just looking to, with this new and this fresh squad, we're by no means the finished article, and we're constantly looking to develop and improve both individuals, units, as a team, with and without the ball. And there's a lot of work still to be done. So yeah, a great 2 games for us, but we're under no illusions of our first away game of the season and how tough it's going to be.
And I suspect all managers are being asked this weekend, so I'm not going to claim any originality for it. But we've just got to talk about the sort of big talking point at the moment is the additional time. Is it beginning to have an effect on the way you look at the game and making substitutions? Because I know we had was it 17 additional minutes on Tuesday, and I think it was 19 on 21 or 19 on Saturday.
Yeah, we had 37 minutes over the 2 games added on, which is, getting on for half a game. So we've nearly played 2.5 games when it should really only be 2. So if you keep doing that on a ratio, it will feel like we're playing a hell of a lot more games than we normally do within a season, and it's going to take its toll. Of course, not just on us, for everyone, because it is the same for everyone. But I do believe there'll be a lot more injuries and strain within the squad, especially now with the referees being more eager to book players, and I think there'll be more bookings, more sendings off. That cumulative with the extra time is going to mean potentially, playing a man down longer time. I think it's going to put a big strain on the squads, and I think it really needs reviewing even at this early stage. And I get with the managers meeting that I attended, I get the goals and doing that and injuries. I get why we'd add those times on. But on Tuesday night, I'm speaking to the officials, and they're adding time on for just free kicks, in general flow of the football match. And you can't start doing that, start adding those things on, or we could be there all night, and it could be certainly long afternoons, and it's not right. I get you want to cut time wasting out, and I'm all for why they're trying to do it, but I do feel it's a little bit extreme at the moment.
And does it mean if in a game plan you're thinking you're going to make a change, say on 70 minutes or 72 minutes, does it make you stop and think, well, I better wait for 5 minutes because we're probably going to be playing another 10 afterwards?
Yeah, definitely. And like the old 70 is probably now the new 80, because the amount of time that those players are going to be coming on for, and where you discuss with the bench on when you're going to make that last substitution, how late, because you need to make sure you've always got one back just in case something happens, and you don't want to be cut short with making your subs too early. We could be rolling into the 90th minute before we're making that last sub, because of what potentially could be added on. Whereas before we would be maybe doing it a little bit earlier than that.
Well, there'll be a lot of people booked on trains home from Barrow on Saturday. We'll be hoping that we possibly don't extend to the 19 or the 17 we've had so far, but we'll have to see what happens on that. Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll wish you a safe trip up there, and we'll see you up there on Saturday.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot. Cheers, then.